Hey! Welcome back again. I was wondering, I got back from my Alaskan cruise vacation with Mom, and I was wondering to myself what I was going to cover for this month's Tuned In. And that's when I saw this.
Yeah.
Turns out Cartoon Network is working on making a new Thundercats series. A new series based off of the 80s cartoon and the 2011 remake Thundercats. Or sequel series, I guess the 11th one. But anyway. And as you can see, the visual style is very, very similar to a lot of the other cartoons that Cartoon Network has been presenting lately, particularly the comedies. Well, and the comedy presented in this trailer also felt like those shows, and this concerns me. Not because Thundercats is a sacred cow that cannot be touched. Not that a Thundercats comedy can't work. Not that visual style cannot work for Thundercats, although I am thinking that. I am concerned, like most of the internet, from what I've been able to tell from comments and other people's videos, they are, like me, they are concerned that it's going to be handled by a lazy writing staff who doesn't really care or understand the source material, at least as much as they think they do. And it's going to wind up being just like those other shows, which you get these complaints on the internet because they don't like those shows. I get it. I mean, your Clarence, your Adventure Time, your Gumball, your Teen Titans Go. Those shows, some of them are good, some of them are not. It also depends on taste. But what's getting me is I feel it's another deconstruction. It's another destructive show. And I think it's an oversaturated market. That animation style, or similar animation style, that style of comedy, and the fact that it is a deconstructive show, which that's an artistic term if you are unfamiliar with deconstruction as a concept. But basically they tear it down, they make fun of it bit by bit to point out the flaws and tear it down. And I feel there's like too many deconstructive shows on the market right now, especially from Cartoon Network, and missing the point of deconstruction to begin with. And the whole point is you use deconstruction to, well, tear it down so that you can build up from the lessons you've learned with something new. But I think that there right now are too many cartoons that have such similar styles, that have that very cutesy, very soft edge, very... And I think there's too many comedies, too. I mean, cartoons do not inherently have to be funny. There are action cartoons too, guys, you know. But that seems to be where we're going right now, is that That's it. That's all we got are comedies. And you know, that's one of the big Cartoon Network things. Nick's been okay. It's kind of even with Nick. Disney's actually been doing well. A lot of their shows they've been presenting are really good. But this is not about Disney or Nickelodeon. This is about Cartoon Network and their current decisions. I'm not going to judge Thundercats Roar just from this. I don't know. It might be actually good. I'm going to wait until the premiere. I'm going to wait until I actually see the finished product before I make any sort of decision. I'm just concerned. And the behind-the-scenes interview they had with the trailer of the show's creator didn't make me feel much better. Or at all. Because, yeah, he says growing up he was a fan of the original 80s Thundercats. His older brothers would show it, would watch it, and he'd watch it with them, and he was a fan. And he also claims that there would be twice the amount of action than there is comedy in this series, and it was going to be awesome, and it's going to have explosions and lasers, and that tells me that he's going to be using the comedy as a joke in itself. Because that's the over-the-top. Look at how 80s action cartoons were. Oh, over-the-top. Oh, You know. And that itself is going to be a joke. Which can work, but it's a joke that can get tired very quickly. I'm just worried. Again, I don't know until the series actually premieres, but I am very concerned. And the creator doesn't really fill me with confidence either. I kind of question his decision-making skills when he's a white guy with a top knot. I mean, a Captain Man bun, you do know that's like wildly unfashionable and dumb looking, right? You do know that. But never mind. You do you, even if it's wrong. But, and then, say, I worry. But I was worrying about the new DuckTales until I actually saw it for myself. I thought, oh, they're gonna screw it up. They're gonna, it's gonna actually be awful. I was hoping not. I guess we have to look at these shows with a pessimistic light, because we've been burned way too many times before. That's basically it. We're thinking the worst because of our previous history. Shows of that style have been not to our taste. Shows of that kind of writing we found not funny, even though they were attempting humor. And Cartoon Network has not had a good track record recently. So, yeah, we're a little jaded. And that's probably why most of the internet seems to think that Thundercats Roar is going to be a bad idea. But I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to give it a chance when it actually premieres. We'll see. But, and I don't want, at least on my end, I have no control over anyone else, but I don't want it to turn into a self-fulfilling prophecy. I don't want the show to suck because we think it's going to. If the show is going to suck, I want it to be the fault of the creators, not because we already had it in our heads that it was going to be terrible. And so, yeah, I'm concerned, but I am asking anyone within the sound of my voice, if anyone, because who knows who actually watches my stuff. But I urge anyone who watches this, who hears me, to keep an open enough mind that the show isn't defeated before it even premieres. Please give this a chance. I mean, I don't like the visual style. I get it, you probably don't. The comedy, at least from the trailer presented, fell flat. It really wasn't funny. It was steeped in internet culture surrounding cats, which is a tired joke. Lion-O acted like a kid, but actually, if you thought about the original series, he was a kid that was like flash grown to adulthood, so he was a child, though not childish, but that it's clear they're playing off of that joke with him. I hope everybody else is a little bit more serious, because they're adults. But yeah, I guess just give it a shot. Don't hate it immediately. I'm going to try to. I started this video, I was wanting to really lay into it and rail it, but that's the entire internet. That's what they're doing. And I'm just not a hateful person. I can't do it. I can't keep up that kind of intensity. I just don't hate things. I try to give new shows the benefit of the doubt. I try to do my best there. Well, that's pretty much all I had to say about this. I was hoping they're faithful to the franchise. The first Thundercats comedy, let's hope it's a good one. And because if everything else is good, I can forgive the visual style, no problem. But if it's a comedy, it's gotta make me laugh. If it's a action, I've gotta get pumped for the action. If it's a hybrid like the creator says it is, I just can't be bored. That's the worst crime any form of entertainment can do, is leave me bored. So, hopefully it doesn't. That's it. That's all the thoughts I can come up with about this new thing. I don't want to get into anything political like a lot of the other ones, a lot of other internet channels talking about, social justice or yada yada yada. So, I'll drop it here. That's it. And that's my thoughts on basically the state of cartoons in general in relation to the Thundercats. And if next month I'll bring you another topic when I can think of one, and till then, stay tuned.